I finally look my age. Should I say my age? Actually, I'm gonna keep this on. I'm still cold. I finally look my age. I'm not a hobo. I shaved. Now I'm not 27. I just had coworkers today because I just shaved before this that I looked. I guess I can show a picture. Uncover this person. So this was 3 years ago. There's me 3 years ago, and I look maybe 2 years below that right now. But I like it. It takes less time for the to shave next time. But I've been sick for the past 2 days. It is February 5th, but I was supposed to do video February 3rd, so Friday, because I just subbed that day. Did not did not do it Saturday because I had a taste testing with my fiance. I always keep calling her my wife. I just watched. I'm gonna talk about the day, I swear, but I just watched Jesse James West. I survived 14 days of cold exposure. Shout out to that man. I he's I've been watching YouTube forever, and I found it to be one of the main, I guess, things that have taught me. And I'm grateful that I didn't choose. There's a lot of bad things on YouTube that don't really teach you anything. But Jesse James West, shout out to that guy. If he ever saw any of my videos, I think I'd freak out. I'd be like, but I'm not like that for any other YouTuber. I've followed him probably the least, but he's made the biggest impact on my brain, I guess. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, so Friday, subbing, back to subbing. It was my 11th day. Here, wait, let me check. No, wait, I can check on here. Um, I also, while I'm checking this, I've also wanted to start editing and start maybe putting background music because it's so quiet. It's so quiet, I feel like. Okay, so I just had my 11th day subbing. Great. Information gotten. Fantastic. I wanted to put some more editing into my videos. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to. I might have to call up some friends. Do you think this brain has any room for from editing? I keep looking this way. I have to stop doing that. No, I would edit that out. But I don't know how. So if anyone wants to comment what application I should use on my computer, I have a gaming computer. I like games, and I also like writing music and using other softwares for marching band. So it just runs that a lot easier. And I usually have maybe 1,000 tabs up, and the gaming computer can handle that absolutely. It's about $800, but absolutely worth it. Mostly because my previous computer, I swear I'll get to subbing. I swear. My previous computer, I was doing theory. Again, this guy was doing theory, music theory, and I had the computer down against my stomach, so I had it on my lap. And I leaned forward, and this part was up against my body, and I leaned forward, and the screen went, and it bent in half. But I can still see a little bit of the homework. It was split about this way, or maybe it was this way. It might have been this way. And I could see this side of my homework and this side not at all because it was all grainy and pixelated. So I finished half of my theory homework with just this side because I already started it. I was almost done. So I thought I should just keep going. So I got a gaming computer for that and it broke. But I have this one now. I also wanted to get a mic. I was listening to my other videos. The audio, it sounds like I might be. I think I have one. Or Emily might have one. It's white, and you plug it in, it kind of hangs out. It's not one of those hanging ones. It's just a mic and then just sits. That might be better. I don't know. Anyways, I subbed. I subbed for eighth social studies teacher to, or no, not eighth, sixth graders. Sorry, sixth graders. And I think I've said it before that you should not teach, or you should always hold a really high expectation for that, or for whoever you are teaching. I don't know why, but kids seem to just enjoy teachers that are super high expectation, something that things don't fly by. This person, it's just, why are you saying that? You should be listening to me right now. Or don't talk while I'm talking. That's just how this works. If not, I write you up, and there are no gray area. You don't talk while I talk or when I teach. Or you work and you get this, but sometimes you may not. It's just you work, and if I see really great work and work ethic, then you get a candy cane. It's just how it works. If you don't get it, maybe the person worked better than you, or life sucks. Get what you get. So they appreciate that for whatever reason. I don't. I feel like teachers have it stuck that they want to be favorited, especially subs. They want to be liked and leave the room having the kids think they were really cool. But it's not about you. I guess I'm talking to subs right now. It's not about you. It's about what you're tasked with, the students, and then ultimately whatever they're learning, combining those and whatever you're learning for that day. I, it's hard because you can be tasked with really boring stuff. For example, I had Scholastic magazines. It's okay. You can still make it fun. It's it's kind of like instruments. It's not really the instrument's fault if the kids don't learn right. It's not the magazine's fault. It's how you use it, basically, if that makes sense. So I tried to link their lives with what the Scholastic Social Studies was talking about. So Afghanistan women not getting education after sixth grade because Al Qaeda thinks, or sorry, the Taliban believe you don't get it because Islam says so. And that's just something to think about, right? Currently, how would you feel if you were just kicked out of education? And some of them said, yeah. But think about it. Now every man can get what you can't get because you don't have an education. So why would you be hired? And they're like, oh, well, yeah, maybe. Okay, well, and other things that it talks about, like women can only leave the house with a man, and if they leave the house, they must be covered head to toe with clothing, with black clothing. I forgot what it's called. Not a turban. That's a hat. I can't think of it. Maybe someone can put it in the comments, or I can just look it up right now. But I don't want to edit that because I don't know how to edit. See, editing would be so great. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm not sick anymore. Anyways, moving on. There was. This is the first day I had actual difficult children. Let's see. I had 7 classes with all sixth graders and one seventh grade, and AA, so assisted academics or academic assistants, I think. Actually had difficulty with just 2 children, 2 students, I should say. And I did my normal thing. They can either, I have questions, and it's funny if you don't get it, and it's funny if you do get it, or you can just ask me any question you'd like. I think I should have just led with that. Just any question you'd like to ask me ever. And then when you get them again, then use the questions that I have. Like for example, who's the current president? What does USA stand for? Is there a state above Ohio? Where's Washington D.C.? And it's not Washington. What's the capital of Ohio? Cleveland. No. Where um what lake is northeast of Ohio? Huron? Great Lake? What is the state above Ohio? As you've confirmed, there is one. Colorado. It's pretty good. Or when they learn about this is not true, but if you flush the myth, if you flush a toilet above the equator, so northern hemisphere, the um, the water would go clockwise, and then if you flushed it southern hemisphere, go counterclockwise. It's not true. Well, it is true, but it's under very specific circumstances. Like where the jets are going, if there were no jets and it just fell, it's most likely to do that often. It won't do it every time because there are bumps in the ball. Anyways, so you don't want to be liked. Don't focus on being liked because that's not the reason why you're there. And two, oh, I was talking about difficult. So they just kept talking. They were next to each other. I don't know why they were next to each other. They should never be next to each other. I said, "You're just gonna move, and you're gonna move that way." And this is the first time I've ever written someone up. And by written, I mean because I didn't know actually how to do that for the. I didn't don't tell them that. I know how to call your parents. I know how to write them up. I just refer them to the teacher and just recommend them to call the parents. But yeah, they're just talking a lot and we're off task and waving at each other across the classroom while people were working. I still turned on tunes and music about halfway through. Some of them actually halfway through, see, they were in AA, so they didn't get to experience the music or the dark and light because that's how I work. I need music. I need not darkness, but it kind of sets the mood of just relaxing and focusing on your work. It kind of gets rid of kind of like when you're focused, it's tunnel visioned. Well, having a more set mood kind of sets you in that tunnel vision where you're just focusing on the thing in front of you, gathering the the most efficient amount of information and then plugging into your answers or remembering things better and using that to complete your quiz faster. Anything, I just feel like setting the mood. I say setting the mood. That's terrible. I feel just literally turning off the lights a little bit kind of sets them towards a better work ethic, is what I'm saying. Anything else? Oh, I'm not gonna say that it was really that kid's fault. First off, he's with his friend. And dear God, I was the same way. And another thing, I was really the reason why I brought up being liked, wanting to be liked, so going easier. I think I was doing that, but no, probably consciously and a little unconsciously. Because if I was doing it fully consciously, then I agreed with it and I wouldn't be saying this to focus on not being liked. But I feel like I was doing that and I was kind of going easy on them, which is why they thought, oh, I can talk to this person. Another thing, they knew I wrote them up. I don't tell them this. Oh, I do, but oh no, I didn't tell him that because it was AA. So he didn't know. Maybe I should have told him. But also, he looked at my report on my desk. It's kind of a two-way thing. I did some mistakes and he did some mistakes. Being completely transparent with the students on your why am I black and white? Oh, why, why? Okay, all right. Being fully transparent with the students also makes them respect you more because they understand how you work and they understand the consequences oh my gosh, consequences of how they work with you, and hopefully that leads them to actually doing their work or what they're supposed to, or learning what they're supposed to be learning. It just, I guess that's, I guess I'm answering my own question. Why they respect people when they're strict, but I guess fun. I don't know how else to say it. I talk a lot in class, and I find that my precise talking also means getting rid of unneeded information. So those filler words that I was talking about earlier, like, whatever, something, those are great to focus on, but also having your words in a coherent format, your paragraphs, that what you're speaking is also precise speaking. So if I was to mention the junior scholastics, talk about blah, 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 would I really just say we're also learning about, or these are the learning targets? And by the way, here are my things. By the way, here are some learning strategies. Isn't that just a lot? I didn't even mention the scholastics. Why are my piggies jumping? I don't know. Quick update. Here, hold up. I would also edit this out, but I don't know. Come here. Jeez, that was difficult. I wasted so much time. Quick update on my guinea pig with her, all her hair. She's getting a lot better. This is Kiwi, by the way. She is freaking out. It is okay. It is okay. There you go. She's like, all right, I'm going to end this like this, but with a guinea pig. So, yeah, shout out to Jesse James West. And I think I'm going to start doing some more polls, maybe just see who's a substitute teacher and who's just not a substitute teacher. Oh, you're falling off. I think those are really helpful in growing my channel and making sure other people see this. To know that, the situations that you find yourself in, you're not alone. And there are people that want to support you. So here's me and Kiwi. She's like, what the heck is going on?